I'm Eric Polley at ericpolley.com, and today we are animating a cartoon. Let's rock. I have a open generic scene. The rigged character is here, ready to be animated. I have nothing done here, so with that, let's just grab our audio. Slap it into the scene. Now let's make sure that the scene is long enough for the audio. Of course it's not. Just gonna insert frames here until I get to the end of the audio, which I think is 1.5 minutes. 1.5 minutes, roughly. Get rid of the last bits, remove, and now we can copy this audio. Copy the audio. Let's go inside the rigged character and paste the audio and make sure everything lasts the length of the audio. And the audio inside the head, just do the same thing. This one doesn't really matter how long it is, as long as it's longer than the main timeline, we should be good. But he does need a nose. Nobody knows the man with no nose. Okay. Now our cat character is there, ready to rig. I'm just gonna save, and let's just go ahead and start with the head animation. I like to start with the mouth just because Animate CC makes it so easy. With Animate CC, you can! I like to repeat things that I've heard and then relay them accordingly, depending on the situation that we come across. It's alright, it's finished. I can quit trying to kill radio silence. And now I will allow it. Nope. Okay, so the blinking in the very beginning is off. Just fix the blinkage. Are young people scared of work? This makes them like the pupils slightly move, or gradually move rather, to look at the viewer. And for that, I want a little bit of that, but not too much. Scared of work? Well, what are the options? Of course, this blink, the frame picker is off. I must have added some eyes. Options. Let's change what this eye is doing, though. Maybe a little more like concerned. With that, I can change where this pupil is for a young person. First, make those eyes move. It all change at once. First, let's define this. Fine. I need some sort of ease out on it. Get a little something. Fine, a young person. I'm in my 30s, so I'll just want it interesting enough to watch while there's something else going on the screen. I'm still not deciding. I haven't decided whether or not it's going to be fully video editing or if I'm going to add some animation. So we'll see. Hopefully, as I listen through it right now, scrubbing, I'll think of some ideas. That's the idea. So I'll just say anybody younger than 30. So I'll just say anybody younger than 30 is young. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at the price to live. About that seems like the wrong eyes. Wrong eyes, Eric. Wrong eyes. Yeah, okay. Just want to make sure something isn't
About 10 years ago, I rented a 2-bedroom, 1-bath in southern Washington for $500. I was making $1,600 per month. If I paid $600 for groceries, utilities, and transportation, my cost of living was about 70% of my wage. Now,
I don't have a mask on these eyes, so I need to make sure that they're not popping off of the eyeball at all.
Now, let's compare that to the current price to live. In a medium city, you pay an average of $1,500 for a...
To go back quite a bit. Where to go? Okay.
Compare that to the current price to live. In a medium city, you pay an average city, you pay an average of $1,500. For a 1-bedroom apartment.
Yep. Just picking eyeballs. Let's see what we got here.
$250 for groceries, $150 for utilities, $200 for transportation. That's about $20. That's about 20 line. Line 100 just to live, not even counting healthcare, child. Not even counting help. Not even counting healthcare, childcare, or other required expenses. A full-time $16 an hour job. $16 an hour job gets you about $2,000. $2,200 after tax. So that means the price to live is 96. $96% of your income. $96% of your income. That's a ratio. That's a ratio for immediate debt. So our young people scared of work, honestly. Honestly, it looks more like young people. It looks more like young people are scared to live.
Alright. The mouth and eyes are animated. Now, with that, there's some generic body and head movements. I use a head controller to not mess with the frames. I'm saying that because I plan on using them.
Younger than 30.
So let's just take these and copy them over. Copy frames. Not sure what's going on here. In fact, we're going to clear it before I do anything else here. Just to make sure nothing gets muddy. You know, copying and pasting it on a timeline, you can get quite muddy. I'm not sure what happened there, but alright. Let's just delete delete that. Move on to next. There's extra keyframes in here that don't do anything, but that's alright.
Washington for 5.
Just messing with it a little bit to make it a little more random. Random movements are what I'm going for. There's going to be a lot going on the screen, so his movements will just be kind of there. The most important thing is his face. That's the thing that's directing the attention. So that's the thing I want to grab attention. Get rid of some of these large dead space areas. So I want him to move around a little bit more than normal. So I should just use Shift F5, but it might be one of the most inconvenient shortcuts. Why don't you change it, Eric? I'd rather complain about it for like a while and then eventually change it and be like, why didn't I change this before? Everyone would be like, we told you! Good thing I thought of it all on my own. Just the worst. Especially in the beginning, I want him to move around a lot. So I'll take out a lot of these dead space areas. And then I'll reassess what it looks like at the end. See if I need to add another.
For a young person. First, let's define. Okay.
These do have classic E's on them, right? I don't think they do. Of course. Oh, that's fine. I'll randomly put it on some of them. Cubic or quad? Cubic or quad? Pick a lane, pick a lane. Randomly just do one of them. Let's just do control. Hold control on these and put one on all of them. Just adds a little something to the animation. Trying to randomize it as much as possible. These are little things that I'm not sure if people are even going to notice, but I like it to be at least as much actual animation as possible, if that makes any sense. Now that I'm looking back at that last sentence, it didn't make any sense. Dorothy, retract that last sentence. That's my fake secretary. Or, typist? What do they call that? I'm asking no one. Let's just make this as decent of an animation as possible. And I think right after this, it's going to be ready to render. I'll just give it a check on the main timeline. Make sure nothing looks super weird. Just holding control and selecting one frame from each of these. Which worked out okay to make it a little bit more randomized. And hopefully it's still in my paste because I need to add a little more to the end here. Perfect. Remove. That way I can hold control and select a few of these and make them move. Okay. That's the entire animation. It's crazy that that's what we all look like on the inside. See how much this changes. Put the body back in place. That sounds weird out of context. Yep. Alright. I think I'm gonna leave that little website pop in.
Young people scared of work? Well, what
I am going to want to do
are the options for a young person? First, let's define a young person. I'm in my 30s, so I'll just say anybody.
Before I forget, I want to add a background with green screen. And I think I'm going to just use videos for this, because as I was going, I could kind of picture that more than anything. So I think that's the way to go. Doing a green screen because I don't want to render out a gigantic MOV file. I instead just want a small MP4 that I can immediately work with. So let me scrub the rest of this.
Look at the price.
I'm gonna give it the okay to start.
10 years ago, I rented a 2-bedroom,
video
1-bath in Southern Washington for $500. I was making $1,600 per month. If I paid $600 for groceries, utilities, and transportation, my cost of living was about 70% of my wage. Now let's compare that to the current price to live.
Moves around quite a bit, actually.
In a medium city, you pay an average
a little bit sporadic,
of $1,500 for a
again,
one-bedroom apartment.
Eye-catching.
$250
so
for groceries.
I think I like
$150 for utilities. $200 for transportation. That's about $2,100 just to live, not even counting healthcare, childcare, or other required expenses. A full-time $16 an hour job gets you about $2,200
way too far away.
So that means the price to live is $90.
All right, let me just check the end.
Awesome.
That looks pretty good. So I'm going to render this. Whoops, wrong button. I'm going to render it and then throw it into Premiere and look online for some videos that make sense to go with this. and that's the process. So if I record that, I will see you there. If not, I'll see you on the next video.